But the thing is, when you say go back, you speak like I left. I never left. I never left. I make music all the time. I just put it out when I feel like, okay, I want to share this. It's not a motivation for me. I can't explain it, man, without trying to sound deep, but it's a calling. When I feel I am called to do something and I'm compelled to do it, I just do it. Even with the making of Energy, it started out with me saying, I need to be in studio. I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm in a space in my life where I'm so happy. There's just so much to be grateful for, and I want to capture this moment in song. So I went into the studio and I was like, I want to play with sound. I want to figure out what sound I want to go with. If an album comes out, an album comes out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's just play and see what happens. So I never went into studio with the intention to make an album. And then a few months later, we had an album. So it wasn't planned, but I just feel like with everything that I do, it kind of just happens on its own. I can't even explain it. It's like the stars are aligned. God is like, okay, you want that? You know, I really can't explain it. I don't go in having plans. It just takes its own shape.
Just to chase for that paper. Not everybody's living cause they're trying to be greater. I'm trying to make a way for my son so that later, yo, he ain't gotta worry about chasing no paper, chasing dreams, baby, my baby be chasing dreams.
Energy's out. It's finally out, and it's come out on my birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! 4th November. There is great significance behind the number 4. It's my lucky number. It's my favorite number. It's the day I was born. There are 13 tracks on the album. 3 plus 1 is 4. And it's just, yeah, it's crazy. And all the songs on Energy are acronyms. Energy stands for Every Natural Entity Requires God's Yielding. And the reason I decided to acronym every song, why the hell did I do that actually? it was I don't know, it just came. I liked how it looked in writing, and I'm like, I think I want to acronym every song. And then Tab was like, are you sure you're gonna find meanings for all these songs? Like, we'll figure it out. So I was just figuring it out as we went, and literally the last acronym I came up with was like 2 days before the album had to be loaded. I was like, oh, okay, it will come. With this album, I let go and let God, I let go and let God. I was like, just guide me. Whatever needs to happen will happen. I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. I wanted to step into territories that I'd never stepped into before. I wanted to create the sound that I wanted, which I did. So from production, I was involved. From mixing and mastering, I was involved. And all the features on the album are people that I'd never worked with before. And I was deliberate with that. I said I want to work with people I've never worked with so that I step out of my comfort zone. With the exception of Reason, who I've worked with before, but I hadn't worked with him in a very long time. And the exception of PdotO, who I've only worked with on his album. And even then, we didn't really work together because I wasn't in studio with him when we recorded that song. You know, it was like, I have the song, do you think you want to do it? And I think a lot of people have been asking for a Miss Nthabi and PdotO track, and I was like, I'm not going to do it because you're asking. That's just how I am. I'm like, if a song comes that I feel like he's gonna fit, then it will happen, but we're not just gonna collaborate because that's what people are expecting. And yeah, we worked on a song together called H.I.M, Heaven in Me, and it's a really, I mean, some of you have probably already heard it, but it's one of those songs that you're like, okay, that's PdotO meets Miss Nthabi. It's a dope collaboration. J Smallz is on a song called V.I.B.E.S, which stands for Visualize I Being Everything Sacred. It's the first song after the intro. And I've always been a fan of J Smallz's voice. Like, I've always loved how he sounds. The first time I ever heard him, I was like, who this international guy? I didn't know he was a local guy. I had no clue. And then I met him, and he also plays guitar on the song. Let me tell you, it was the first song we recorded and the last to get finished. I was mad at him for the longest time because I thought I'm OCD. He is a perfectionist of note. I was like, you realize this is you're my first feature, first song we're recording, and you are the last person. I've gotten people I've never even met, send their verses and they're done. When now you are still tweaking, we need to load this album. So yeah, I mean, he's a perfectionist, but it came out exactly the way it needed to. And I think he was so pedantic about it because he said it's the first song. It's what people are going to hear first, so let it start on that note. And the whole concept behind it, I mean, we didn't have a concept for the album. It was just let's go in studio and see what happens. But as we were developing it, I kept hearing birds. I was like, I want to feel like I'm outside. I want to hear birds. I want to hear nature. I just want to hear sounds that sound odd. I want to hear strange things in the background. That's why it's got that feeling of what is the kind of music you'd want to listen to when you first wake up in the morning. So from the intro, you hear the alarm, you're waking up, you're hearing the birds, and then it takes you through. There's water sounds, there's car sounds, so it literally takes you through the day. And I was very deliberate with that because I was like, yeah, I want an album that I can play from morning to afternoon. Even with recording, I couldn't even be in studio in the evening. We had to be there in the morning to capture that moment. How are you gonna make a morning album in the evening? It's not gonna sound quite the same. So yeah, that was V.I.B.E.S. And then we had the title track, which was also the second last track we did. We were done with the album, and I was like, we still don't have a title track for this album. We're like 15, 16 songs deep. We still don't have the title track. I was like, it will come. So every single recording session, it would start with, just get to the studio, have a conversation, go outside to the garden, have a little chit chat, and just speak about where we're at. And like, what are you feeling today? And like, okay, today I feel like this, and then that's the vibe we want to capture. So when we did E.N.E.R.G.Y, I was like, okay, this is it. The song is this is energy. The album is called E.N.E.R.G.Y. And then we had another song that we did. We have F.L.O.W, which is after E.N.E.R.G.Y. I'm already doing it in order. And F.L.O.W is a 4-letter word, and it's number 4. That was not planned, but hey, I told you there's something about the number 4. And F.L.O.W stands for freely letting out words. So with that, I promise you the acronyms just came, but they fit exactly what the song is about, and I'm just vibing. I'm just going at it and having a good time. I also have Rae Chil on the album, who I've never met before. She is based in Cape Town, and I just heard her voice and I was like, I need to have this woman on this album. And even that, we recorded T.R.I.P.P.Y. The song that she's on is called T.R.I.P.P.Y, and T.R.I.P.P.Y stands for Trauma's Real, Inner Peace Protects You. We recorded that song, and I didn't know which vocalist was going to be on there. And I was like, okay, let's just try and see if she'd be keen to do it. Within a week, she had sent her verse. Like, I love people who work like that. Like, didn't waste time. She went in, did it, sent it. It was done. It was done. And when we recorded T.R.I.P.P.Y, I was on cloud 12. I was flying. I was nice. It was nice. Not that kind of nice, but let's just clarify that. But yeah, it was a dope vibe. What other songs are on there? You've heard the album. You tell me. What other songs are on my album? The relationship with Reason and it built us both in our own individual ways. And it's a relationship that I value so much because I feel like our connection is organic. So he is on energy. and he wasn't even supposed to be on the album. I was done. Like, I was done. And then someone was like, I hear Reason on the song. I'm like, I've got 3 verses. Like, no. And then I listened, I was like, actually, he would fit, you know. And the reason I got him on is because we hadn't worked together in such a long time. And I wanted to see, can we still vibe the same way we did, where it's just natural. You know, it's just, we just step into the booth and we do what we need to. And that's exactly what it is. So how that came about, I mean, we were managed by the same person back in the day. And we just established, we're that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like, that is literally, I always say to him, like, you are literally from the same womb. My mom looks at him like a son, you know, his family, it's like, it's fam. That's why, that's my brother. And that relationship, I can't explain it, but it comes out in the music. That's why it's so natural whenever we work together. It's just what it is. So over the years, we did a lot of stuff together with Beats Against the Beast, with Battle Cats, and he would feature me on a lot of his songs. I'd feature him on a lot of my songs. And then as time went, we just took our own paths musically. He went one way, I went my way, and I liked that because then I could listen to him from an outside perspective and he could listen to me from an outside perspective. I mean, and the stuff that he did, and I tell him, like, I can't fuss with that. It's not me. I don't connect to that. You're at a place that I can't connect to. Same way maybe I was in a place that he couldn't connect to. But when it comes to us creating together, we always find that spark, that middle ground. So I think the song with him, people are gonna love that. I think it's one of those songs people are gonna really love. So the song is called Third Eye, and every song on the album is acronymed, so except for Third Eye. And Third Eye, you know what your third eye is, but also referencing it in terms of third eye, like me, past, present, future. So the 3 versions of I, and how do you tap into who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. So we took it there, but in a very nice way. Like, it took me out of my comfort zone, it took him out of his comfort zone, and I think it was probably more hard for him because we didn't record it at the same time. I was done with the song, like I said, and then he came into the studio, heard it, and within an hour he had it locked. So yeah, Third Eye was produced by a guy called CRC. He's produced a lot of stuff for WorldPeace as well. Super. He calls himself the 808 King. And it's funny that it's an 808 song because Breathe was also an 808. So I kind of felt like, okay, we're coming 360. Let's see what we can do. We're not recreating Breathe, but let's see where we are now. So yeah. I mean, like I said, I wanted to work with artists on this album that I'd never worked with before. And one of my favorite songs on here is the song I did with Ziyon. You know how long I've been wanting to work with Ziyon for? Like, I didn't know how, I didn't know what, but I just said I want to be on a song that he's produced, and I want him on that song. And he's a genius. He did the thing. So he's on a song called Diamond, and he produced it. I said to him, don't give me rapidy rap. Don't give me what you think you want me to hear or what you think I want to hear. Give me something different. Give me where you're at right now. And he did it. And every time I listen to that song, I get goosebumps. He just did the things, and I love how it didn't take me away from who I am. It didn't take him away from who he was. That was a proper collaboration. And yeah, man, Diamonds is one of my favorite songs. I think we should shoot a video for that song. Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my video now. And yeah, so what's next for me? Like I said, you know, I strongly believe that you put things out into the universe and God delivers, man. This album has brought so many blessings that I never even thought of. It's the Popo. This album brought so many blessings that I didn't even plan or think about. So I've partnered with an amazing gin brand called Indica, and we are they're already there. They create a hemp infused gin. Why are you pulling that face? They create a hemp infused gin, so I'll be creating my own line of indica as well. So you may just get an energy indica. So we're gonna do so many amazing things with indica, man. It's such a smooth and yummy tasting gin. It gets you relaxed. It gets you there. It's a nice buzz. And it's not something that I ever planned. It just came, you know. So shout out to Tebogo, man. That's my partner at Indica, and it's also just starting out. So it's so amazing to be able to start out with another brand that's kicking off, and I'm also kicking off with my album, and their artwork and my album artwork just happened to combo. So yeah, that's what I'm up to, and then we'll see. There's so many dope things that are gonna come from this. I'm just going with it, and I'm allowing what needs to be. I'm open to receive. I'm open to just everything coming my way. I'm open, but make sure whoever doesn't have the Energy album, go out and get it. It's available on all digital platforms.